following podcast contains references to the consumption of alcohol. If you are not of legal drinking age, please do not consume alcohol. Also, if you are of legal drinking age, please drink responsibly. Hello, and welcome to Rhetorical Magic Cocktail Hour. My name is Matthew, and my favorite summer activity is hiking.
And I'm Ryan, and my favorite summer activity is sitting in a rocking chair sipping a mint julep.
Ooh, classy. This is, speaking of drinking, a podcast where we have a drink, try to be succinct about various topics, and sometimes Matthew fumbles the intro just a little bit, just for fun. Just to spice things up. So, once again, to reiterate, this is a podcast. Gonna start again. This is a little podcast.
We're gonna start again. Hi.
And try to be succinct. So, we have a drink. First part of our mission statement. Mm-hmm. Ryan, what are you drinking today?
You know, in these hot summer days, there's nothing more crucial than staying hydrated. So today I am drinking nothing but pure, filtered, delicious water. What about you, Matthew?
Love to hear it.
Love to hear it. We love
today,
to see it. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Pamplemousse LaCroix.
Ooh.
Not a sponsor. I believe it's the first LaCroix I ever tried.
What is Pamplemousse again?
Grapefruit. It's just a fancy French way to say grapefruit. I know because on the box it has grapefruit in parentheses for us dummies.
For us uncultureds.
Yeah. You like LaCroix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the first flavor you tried?
Cran raspberry.
A classic.
Mm-hmm.
I like to pair a cran raspberry with a coffee.
With what?
Coffee. Like a cup of coffee and then also a cran raspberry LaCroix. Not together in the same cup. Like
double-fisted?
Accent one. Double-fisted? Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like the cherry limeade ones. I feel like those ones are pretty good. If I'm in the right mood, I love the limoncello. Like that little sweetness you get from the vanilla undertone. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. What about you? What's your favorite LaCroix? Because that's what this episode's about, apparently.
My favorite is the black raspberry. And close second, hibiscus, but I haven't been able to find hibiscus since last summer, so looking forward to that.
I love a floral drink. Hibiscus is not my favorite floral to sip on, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I love a good, rose lemonade. I love lavender. Ooh, lavender is especially in the summer, lavender is wonderful. Mm-hmm. And I've tried so hard to like hibiscus, and I just can't make myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I do feel like LaCroix, it's not like super in your face. And maybe that's why I'm a little more into it, but yeah. Speaking of summer, you know what goes great with a nice lavender or hibiscus beverage?
What's that, Matthew?
A playlist. A summer playlist, if you will.
Yeah.
That's right. We're wrapping up our seasonal playlists today.
Hell yeah, we love to see it. We like to see things come full circle and come to the end. How wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Every end is a new beginning, and every beginning is a summer playlist that was nothing, and I'm sorry. So Ryan, before we jump into our playlists, let's talk a little bit about what you think of when you think of summer.
When I think of summer, I think of long days, late nights, and heat stroke. What about
that's
you?
That's the big 3. Yep, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think about being untenably hot most of the time. Think about going on vacation, partying with the boys, because Saturdays are for the boys. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Let's hear it for the boys.
What'd I say? But yeah, I don't know. Summer's just good vibes. Vitamin C. Vitamin D? What do you get from the sun?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Because of Sunny D, yeah. Vitamin C is the singer. This one is a weird energy because Matthew's hosting. Yeah.
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 That's it.
So,
that's the podcast, folks. It's been great.
that's the summer vibe for you.
Are we talking about like vibes for like music? Because I feel like there's a few ways that you can go. You can either go like a nice beachy jam, which I did not do. You can be a little bit more chaotic about it, which is kind of more my vibe.
That's the energy that Ryan brings to the table.
Listen, I love a triptych and I'm chaotic as fuck. What more can you ask for?
Real Pisces energy.
Not at all, but okay.
I'm trying.
I know. You're using the tools, but it's like if you tried to use a hammer to undo a screw. It's just not gonna it's not gonna get you anywhere, buddy. But or you can go the route that I consider Matthew going, which is hot girl summer through and through.
Hot girl summer, and then it kind of gets a little sad at the end, but yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get to that. But no, so like just like with fall, winter, and spring, this is our final seasonal episode when it comes to building playlists.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk us through, and then we will
discuss.
So yeah.
Somebody call the French monarchy in the early 1800s, because I think it's some poison time. They poisoned a lot of each other. We're going to do some podcast poison, I think.
Yes, which is listing out our playlists.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
So I feel like when I was building this playlist, it really was just like running off of pure vibes, and then I did this thing at the end where I like went through and just like made sure that in my head it sounded good together, like one after the other. So if you don't agree, you're wrong.
This is a carefully curated list.
Barely. But I think that mine kind of like builds up a little bit and then like kind of falls back a little bit closer to like getting sad because the summer is waning and the days are getting shorter again, even though that might not be happening so much this year. It's a thing. Daylight savings is confusing, and I don't like that we're just turning it off without much consideration.
We're not, except we're not turning it off. We're just making it forever. Because because they're doing the wrong way.
Okay, so any hoodle. My playlist starts off strong. I had to add it. You love to see it. With As It Was by Harry Styles, his latest single. Absolutely adore it. What a banger. We're here for it. Summer isn't summer if it's not at least a little bit gay. So we do have Cloud 9 by Beach Bunny, but this is the version specifically that is featuring Tegan and Sarah. Where they, like, add the different pronouns throughout the song, which is my favorite version.
To see it.
You love to see it. Then we get a little rowdy with Violent by Carol's Daughter. It's honestly just a song that I've been listening to a lot lately, and I wanted to put it on the playlist, so I did. Middle of Love by Jake Wesley Rogers. Another classic, very upbeat. Little Elton John in a Modern World. Love to see it, love to feel it. Meet Me at Our Spot by The Anxiety and Willow and Tyler Cole. Another good one, just a good, like, summery kind of vibey driving song. Love to hear it. Somebody I Fucked Once by Zolita. Body and Mind, Girl in Red. Washing Machine Heart by Mitski. And then I feel like this is when, like, it starts to, like, kind of tip a little bit more. With Paranoia Party by Francis Forever. Strawberry Wine by Lemon Drop. Come Over Again by Crawlers, which is, like, potentially my song of the year, even though I think it technically came out at the end of last year. Till Forever Falls Apart by Ash and Phineas. Pills and Good Advice by Left at London. Astronomy by Conan Gray. And then another song I've been listening to on repeat, We'll Never Have Sex by Leith Ross, which is, like, penultimate sweet sad let's get into fall. So
yeah, it
did not use penultimate like correctly. I'm just stealing Matthew's big words.
But it does definitely feel like a song that transitions you into autumn.
But yeah, so that's my playlist. 15 little songs to get you through the summer. Matthew?
Yeah.
Let's get into your list.
Okay. So, spoiler, I did more than 15.
Yeah.
I think I did like 17, maybe.
How dare you? You've wrecked it.
How dare me. I can't believe I've done this. Okay, so summer playlist. Who do you think of when you think of summer? Donna Summer. What's a fun thing to do at the beginning of a playlist? Have a song called Last Dance, because it's ironic. Last Dance by Donna Summer. Then Run Away With Me. Then Loba by Shakira, which is the Spanish language version of She-Wolf. I Want to Dance with Somebody, in parentheses, Who Loves Me, by Whitney Houston. Love at First Sight by Kylie Minogue. Levitating by Dua Lipa. Maria Tambien by Khruangbin. Plastic Love by Maria Takeuchi. Slide Tackle by Japanese Breakfast. Love Come Down by Evelyn Champagne King. And then this is where we get into my sad boy phase, end of summer area. Self-Control by Laura Branigan. So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings by Caroline Polachek. My Will, original mix by Dream. Where all my Inuyasha fans at. It's the end credits song for Inuyasha. Cariño by the Marias. Yours by Maye. Cool With You by Hers. And then finish it off with another sad acoustic song just like yours. Avalon by Ruby Haunt. And that's my playlist.
Okay. Matthew heard the phrase hot girl summer and ran with it. I love your playlist. I think that it is super... It starts out super duper poppy, and, like, you get a lot of, like synth feeling moments, and, like, 80s pop, and, like, so fun, so bright. I consistently forget that you, listen to Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
I did not know until this that you listened to Kylie Minogue.
Yep.
So I feel like I got to learn about you as a buddy, and that was great.
Yeah, that's a big thing about this one was, like, I feel like my other three, I do listen to a lot of pop music. I'm not super vocal about it, but it's like, I don't know, it's just a thing. And then I was like, this one feels like the one where I go for all my pop songs. 'Cause everything else has been, like, either weird indie stuff or, like, sad acoustic stuff.
And
which I got a little bit of on this one. And then...
But, I mean, you delivered.
Yeah.
From, like, as soon as you sent it to me, I was just like, I saw literally, like, the 4 little, like, albums that Spotify does for playlists. I was like, I'm obsessed. In love. He done did it, folks. That's all we wrote. Before we started recording, I did tell Matthew that his playlist is so much better than mine, and I stand by that.
I don't necessarily think it's better. It's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's like spring. We both went for different vibes, but they're still very much both summer vibes.
Yeah.
It's just like a different aspect of summer. Yours is a little more like sad summer.
Yeah.
Or like not necessarily sad, but like, what do I want to say?
Melancholy, angsty
Melancholy,
is a
yeah.
good word for it. I would definitely, yeah. It's like angsty. I feel like mine is also very much like start-stop a lot more. So like, so like throughout the summer, like it's very much like, okay, I have extra free time. I have extra sunshine. Gonna go do this. Okay, we did that. We're gonna go do this now. Then this, and then this, and then that. And like that's kind of where I feel like yours flows supremely well.
I did work very hard on the flow from one song to the next to get it just right.
Because yours definitely, like, yours, like, follows, like, a lot more, and mine is still, like, more, like, cacophonied, where it's, like, there's, like, points where it's, like, okay, like, these kind of go together, but it's still, like, a little jarring, which, again, I feel like that's epitome summer.
Yeah.
Every little jar is just a day that you didn't put on enough sunscreen.
Yeah, I feel like yours would be really good as, like, just drive around and put it on shuffle. Because I don't know about you, but back when I was in, like, high school, a lot of my summer nights were just me and my sister driving around, listening to Tegan and Sarah, obviously, and just, like, cruising and vibing. I feel like yours really captures that, like, high school cruising, no place to go, but in a fun way kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for a little bit. It's just like, we put this on in the car because we're going places and doing things. It's the background music, not the forefront. Also, I did just want to make you listen to another Harry Styles song, because I don't think you actually like Harry Styles. Is he growing on you?
I don't have big opinions about him. I don't know that I would say I hate him, but I don't seek him out.
You should. In my opinion. In my humble opinion as a podcast host, you should listen to more Harry Styles.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I also think you have the fun distinction of having the longest time of a song on a playlist, which is surprising. Because usually I go for real long boys. But that Left at London song is like 11 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a long boy.
Yeah.
I
but
really like it
it's-
though. I really like.
Yeah.
I love Left at London, and looking back, I wish that I had put her on. I love Nat. Like Nat is such a an amazing creator. Has put out just like absolute bangers with like deep emotional meaning. Love to hear it. Looking back, she has songs that could go on literally every season, and I'm so a little bit mad at myself that
release,
I waited until our last
versions.
one.
We can release the Left at London cuts of all of your playlists. But yeah, I do really like that song. It does not feel like an 11-minute song.
No, and that's how I feel like it's a good song. Because like we've all listened to 11-minute songs, and it's a lot. But this one,
we all had a prog rock phase.
This one, like, you're sitting there and it doesn't feel like it's not dragging. It's consistent, but it's like building up to like a beautiful.
Beautiful.
Go stream Left at London, please.
Yeah, and you've got some real classic artists in here too, like Mitski and Girl in Red and Keegan and Sarah, the high schoolist of all bands that I know.
Well, that's what I love. I love Cloud9, like the original cut, and then, which I think is showing like how important it is as a creator to be like working with your audience through like social media channels, because the reason there is this remix is because it became popular for people who would like do covers on TikTok, that people would be like, okay, like, so we really like Cloud9, but instead of using he, him pronouns, could you use she, her, or they, them, or it's like, and then Beach Bunny could have just taken that and been like, hey, these are cool covers that we're hearing, but then like people want to hear our music and want to feel represented in our music, and so they made a remix that like supported that, and I think that is like cool as hell.
Yeah, that's cool of them. More of that in the world.
Yes. Yeah, Mitski's a classic. You gotta have it. I like it. Your playlist, God, I'm so excited about your playlist. Your playlist is what I'm gonna put on when I'm like getting ready to like go out to do something. Like, it is gonna hype me up. I might stop it a little bit towards the end so I don't get sad too early, but when I'm driving home in the Uber, I will put it back on to help me unwind.
Yeah,
from the
there's definitely a
events.
point. There's definitely a point where the energy kind of dips in mine. Mm-hmm. I would almost, I don't know, I almost debated whether or not I should cut some from the end, just because it, like, that cool down period is so long in it.
I like
but
it, though.
I couldn't decide. Yeah, I couldn't decide what I wanted to take out. Probably the Inuyasha theme song, because I feel like that one doesn't quite fit. But
yeah,
I don't know. That last like 4 chunk of the Marias, then Maye, then hers, then Ruby Haunt is just like peak sad summer evening.
Yeah. Yeah, you just like yours built such this like wonderful dichotomy of like the highs and lows of summer. Absolutely wonderful, absolutely fantastic, fully beautiful, obsessed, 10 out of 10. I'm incorporating it into my summer listening.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you.
Thank you so much. Do we want to hop into a quick hydration station?
Sure.
Perfect. Hi.
Hello. And welcome to Hydration Station. It's summertime, maybe, when this comes out. We're getting there. So it's important to stay hydrated from the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, drink water. Lots of it, especially this summer. This is coming out in like April, my dude. It is not summer yet.
I think it's coming out in May. Very end of May.
Yeah.
Like just the end of spring.
Yes. And that was Hydration Station, folks. Thanks for listening.
Woo! Hope everybody's hydrated.
Matthew and I have learned that Spotify will do blended playlists if you like connect to different people together, and we think it's really cool. So what we're gonna do now is Matthew's gonna go through, name a song, and then see if I can guess if it came from me, from him, or from both of us.
Yes.
So excited for this.
This is gonna be fun. Because I've been listening to our playlist a lot to get them in my head, so they have kind of like leaked into the blended too. So some of these might be a little obvious. Let's start off with the first song on today's blended, which is "Mommy Friend" by Penelope Scott.
100% me.
Is that Ryan?
I don't think you listen to Penelope Scott. I don't think you listen to Penelope Scott, and I feel like the song of Penelope Scott's you would listen to least is Mommy Friend.
You would be right, because it is just you. Okay. Let's go with 7 by Men I Trust.
I'm gonna say you, but if it's me, I'm gonna be embarrassed, because I don't remember that song.
It is me.
Okay.
Let's go with I don't know about this. Sometimes it picks weird songs to either not include or include on a person. So this one might be a little bit of a curveball, but Motion Sickness by Phoebe Bridgers.
I'm gonna say I probably listen to it on Spotify the most, but it's one that like we both listen to often.
I feel like I listen to it often, but it's saying it's just you.
I listen to it like an obscene amount. I didn't realize this was gonna be Let's Roast Ryan about how she listens to 3 songs at a time for weeks on end.
Surprise! It's a roast game. What about Hey Good Lookin' by the Blonde Tongues? Or just Blonde Tongues, it's not the Blonde Tongues.
That's gotta be you.
It's both of us,
Is
apparently. Yep.
I don't remember listening to that. I need to quit putting Spotify playlists on and then falling asleep. Not that
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not a good song, but I don't remember listening to it ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I have that problem too because I fall asleep to like ambient music. So Spotify thinks I'm really into ambient music.
That's what this section really is Spotify, fix your algorithm or let us have it be to where we can pause the history. Because I don't need to be reminded at the end of the year that I had a 3-week period where all I listened to was Harry Styles. That is for me in the springtime and me in the springtime only. Winter Ryan has moved on.
It's not the time nor the place. Let's go with Heavy Water / I'd Rather Be Sleeping by Grouper.
Grouper feels like more of a you group. Like I like Grouper, but I feel like it's more your thing than mine. So I'm gonna say just you. It might be both of us though.
It is both of us.
Okay.
So you were close.
Yeah.
Let's go with. Have I said Day of Show Skull Crusher?
No, but God. I want to say me, but I want to say me just because I want to sound cooler than I am.
It's both of us.
Ooh, yay!
So we're both cool. Let's do a couple more. Um, let's go with Loser Boy by Joseph Dubé.
Me. 100% me. I don't
Yep.
think you like Joseph Dubé at all.
It's like Harry Styles. I don't have like strong opinions, but I don't also not seek him out.
Yeah.
I'll Go Running by Squirrel Flower.
That's you. I like...
It's both of us.
Yeah, I was like, I like Squirrel Flower, but Squirrel Flower definitely feels more
Okay.
you than
and
me.
Then let's take it home with one last one. Dream a Little Dream of Me by the Mamas and the
See,
Papas.
I knew you were going to roast me about this. I have been on a Mamas and the Papas kick, and it's not my fault. It's a good song. Cass Elliot is an icon, and her voice is soothing, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
It was actually me.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie to me.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, man. It was fun.
And that was Roast Ryan.
That was... Is this blended, or are we just gonna make Ryan feel bad about her listening choices?
This is a Rhetorical Magic roasted blend. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was. I think to kind of round out the episode, we usually try to do some kind of final thoughts moment, but I think it would be interesting for us to do a final thoughts about, like, fall to summer, like, every aspect of playlist making, and kind of, like, look back, maybe pick out some highlight moments that we think we did really well to define the season. Which means I need to go through my Spotify very quick and find them again.
So, my first thoughts, I feel like spring and winter are our vibes, regardless of playlist. We're acoustic sad boys. So I feel like we really nailed those first two. And then spring hit, and we were like, uh-oh. How does this work?
Uh-oh, gotta add dopamine.
Yeah. But I feel like spring is kind of where we came into our own, and, like, we made good playlists, even though we weren't 100% sure what the vibe was. And then summer, we rounded it out beautifully.
We did so good.
Do you have any highlights that you can?
Well, I did find your autumn, which is the first one that we did. And it has everything that you would expect on it, from Aoife O'Donovan to Grouper to Gregory and the Hawk.
All the acoustic sads.
The Milk Carton Kids. Ooh, classic. Oh, good golly. I feel like we definitely came into so I agree that, like, our vibes are more suited for cold, sad months. For cold, sad kids. We're adults. Cold, sad, late 20s. But I feel like spring, we finally, like, got the assignment. If that makes sense. I feel like when spring hit, like, we definitely, like, came into, like, each of us determining the vibe, and I think it was the first time that, like, the vibe was different for us.
It was the first time where we had to, like, really think about the vibe.
I had to think about it, but also, like, explain, you know, like, because we had to break it down, because I feel like for, like, fall and winter, like, we had, like, this, it's sad, it's cold. This one song feels like you're drinking, you know, hot tea with, like, a big comfy blanket kind of thing. But I feel like once we hit spring, like, we finally were like, spring means something very different to both of us. When I think, like, fall and winter, we had the same idea. So I feel like spring was probably my favorite season that we did, just because it was so different and we had, like, more meat there as to like why we picked the songs we picked.
Yeah.
And then summer was just kind of a wild card, which I feel like that works for summer.
Yeah, summer's a lot of things.
Yeah. So I was just, I don't know, I was really excited about it. I really like doing this, and I think that I would like to keep it up, even not for like content, but just like, you know, every 4 months we
just make a playlist.
Or every 3 months we make a playlist and fuck up our just blended for a bit.
Yeah, see what happens to the blended. Yeah, I think a highlight of yours for me is I want to say it's the autumn one, where there's that little chunk where it feels like I'm getting a curse put on me, and that's just something very autumn and very special to me.
Yeah, you gotta have a witchy moment. Yeah, I definitely feel like my like autumn was a little bit more witchy, and then I feel like as it progressed, it turned like a little bit more poppy, but still with like sad undertones. Because what we've learned is it's not seasonal depression if it happens all year. Let's see. I really like doing it because I feel like our music styles are pretty similar, but we also have things that just make it a little bit goofier.
Yeah, I do think we have very similar tastes, but I think we like the same things but for different reasons. And that kind of expands out into our not similar tastes.
Yeah.
And that's just what makes us good friends.
Yeah, that's just what friendship is. You like things similarly enough. There's commonality, but for different reasons. Yeah. No two buddies are exactly the same.
Unless they're doppelgangers, and one is going to kill the other. Not saying that's what this is, but...
Yet. Oh, man. I'm so excited to murder you. That's what I learned. That's my highlight, is eventually I get to murder you. Yeah. Friends to enemies.
Frenemies.
Nope. Friends to straight enemies. Frenemies is that middle muddy bit that we don't like. But yeah, I think overall, I think we for a year of playlists, you know, I think we did really well, and I would do it again.
Yeah, I would too. It has been a very fun experience.
Yeah. And I think this is our first little series that we've like fully wrapped up too. We still have a couple pieces that are a little gotta finish up.
Yeah.
There are things that we like abandoned that we're not gonna do again, but I don't know
that weren't necessarily series because we didn't say they were. I mean, Shanty Boy Summer was kind of a series. I don't know.
A little bit, but that was mostly just you picking the same alcohol every
No. It was a lifestyle.
Oh, man. But yeah.
So yeah. This has been Rhetorical Magic Cocktail Hour.
Sure has.
If you would like to follow us on socials, we're at Rhetorical Magic. Be good to one another. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. And, like we say at the end of every episode, clink! My chair.
And then talk about the whole thing. You put penultimate in my head, and I'm not using it correctly at all. but it's in there, and it's not gonna leave today.